Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Tides of Death. Before we set out, Nick has a seafaring thing for us.
I do, a seafaring fact. So, when the British first arrived in New England, they saw the pine trees there. The white pine trees were similar to the trees in England, but of a huge magnitude larger than the ones that were in England. The first thing they thought is that these trees are so amazing, they'd be perfect for the masts on ships. So these people would go around the forests in New England and they would draw an arrow on the largest and most healthy of these trees. And it was like the king's arrow. And it basically meant this tree has been marked for the king and no one's allowed fuck with it under punishment of, I don't know what it would be.
Like death.
So that they would come back and harvest them later and turn them into these amazing, huge masts for their massive ships.
Whoa, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
What was it called? The King's Arrow?
I think that's what it was, yeah.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
Right. Why don't you mark, 5% experience?
Yeah, 5, 10.
Yeah, you give him
something
5 per level.
That's true, 5% per class, yeah.
Sure. That's 5% of your total experience. It's all percentages are beautiful like that.
I can't put it all in fighter, can I?
No, of course not.
Is it 5% of the total XP to level 3, or is it to level 4, or is it the XP from level 3 to level 4?
What fighter level are you right now?
3.
So 5% of the difference between 3 and 4. So if it takes, how much does it take? Does it take 4,000 to get from 3 to 4? Then you would get 200.
Oh, it does, yeah, okay.
This is going to scale really well, Nick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We keep those facts in the bank, actually.
Yeah. Big scaling.
All right, cool.
So yeah, 5% for fighter, 5% for rogue.
Fighter, and for rogue, it's 250. Nice. Okay, cool.
We set out in a sailboat to go and kill the 3 people, murder over the 3 people on the ship and steal it.
So
It is dark. It is nighttime. You guys set out. You go through the main area, come round the corner, and make a beeline for the ships. In the night, you can see a couple lights on still in town. You can see that unearthly glow coming from the water just outside of Port Ferris's harbor. You can see the lights on the clipper ship hanging out in the waterway. You can see just a little bit of light coming from what must be the long ship. Apparently the people there are still using some sort of light to see by for whatever activity. There are a few other boats out here. We're not going to talk about them, but you see them as well. One by one, they will slowly blink out as the crews go to sleep, and you make your way towards the long ship. Let's bring you to another map. You can ignore the one on the left. The one on the left is the clipper. The one on the right
Nick,
is the long
right
ship.
Is trash.
It's
You're
fast.
Alright.
You're still muted, Nick. Can't hear a word you're saying.
Yeah.
it's all oars, which is good for us, right? Because
Yeah.
Really good. There's a mast. You can raise the mast to pick up speed going with the wind if you want, or you take it down to go against the current. If
we
you were
are
to
going
take
to need a better ship, though. Because there's no captain's quarters on this ship now.
No.
I'm looking for it. Where's my captain's quarters on this ship?
Yeah. Where is he?
no,
gonna
you
stay?
you sleep right there where you row.
But Nick, on this ship, it's right there. It's right there. It's right there.
Yeah, it is, yeah.
The bigger ship will have quarters, will have far more cargo space, but you can also see it's not nearly as aerodynamic. The wind is going to catch it as well. It's got 3 masts. It's much, much taller. It's much, much broader. If you're going with the wind, this ship is going to be way faster. But if you're going against the wind, this ship is going to be way faster. This ship is also easier to use because it doesn't take as much crew to man it. This takes a hell of a lot more people to operate it, and there's way more places for things to go wrong on this ship. So for now, the longboat.
Wait, so you're saying that if we went with the storm, their ship is going to be faster than ours?
Absolutely, because it's got 3 masts, and it can grab that air current and use it to pull it. This guy only has 1 smallish mast.
So when they used the longship, were they going against the tide?
Yes, when the White Prince's men commandeered this ship, they went against the current to go to the next island upwind, and that way they could sail whatever ship over there was downwind. Because if they went downwind, they probably wouldn't find a ship that could then come upwind against it. They would have to go all the way fucking around the whole current, which would take like 2 months, 3 months.
Okay, so we want to go against the current to get away from them. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right, so we pull up alongside it. I mean, how high is it off the water?
Not particularly high. If you stand on your little rowboat, you can reach the top and just pull yourself up, no problem. You all have at least 9 strength, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you had less than 9 strength, we'd have to worry about it. Okay. So you guys pull up alongside the ship in the night. You can hear the sounds of 2 people still chatting. And it appears that the soldiers are still awake, and that's where that light is coming from. One of them has a little lantern lit that is next to them, and they appear to be smoking some cigarettes. You can see as they like move their hand up and away from their mouth, there's like a little bit of golden burning light as you approach from the backside. As you pull up to here, the sound of snoring lets you know whoever this non-soldier person is passed out nice and neatly. I guess the other 2 are hanging out together, chilling.
I will whisper to Captain Winters. Should I do the fog now to help us get on?
No, I think we can handle this. Save it for get chased.
Well, I kind of want to do it now so they don't scream out to the other ship or like raise alarms because they're going to see us climbing up.
Just cast the fog, they'll probably freak out, right?
Maybe, yeah. Okay.
I, Neal, want to make a leap onto their ship. If we can't, I mean, we can pull it closer, right? I mean, I think we just, once we get there, there's no point wasting time. They're gonna notice soon, so I think we'll get going.
You arrive at the boat. You reach over to the other side.
I enlarge
before you board it. What are you doing with this boat? Are you just gonna like let it drift away?
No, I think we drag it up if we
You're going to drag this one up onto the ship? Okay, so someone's going to need to like tie the 2 boats together while you're boarding. Who is on tying boat duty?
Okay,
Is that fine?
I think I'll tie it. You guys take the ship.
As soon as Archie starts climbing up, I enlarge him.
All right. Archie
Could I
is going to
also
grow.
Chaos ward him?
Yes. So it looks like Archie's actually at the front of the ship.
Yeah.
Captain Winters is at the back because he's going to be the last one off and then do the tying, and then Sail and Nilrum like that. All right, Archie.
That's our champion, Koibu.
You grab hold of the side of the ship. You lift yourself up, and immediately the rocking of the boat from your added weight alerts the 2 guards here, and you grow in size as you reach this point. And this is where we should roll initiative. With Archie on the boat, the other 2 have just finished casting their spells. Captain Winters has his ropes ready to fasten the ships together. The guards are alerted. It's initiative time.
You want me to roll as well, yeah?
If you are doing anything, please roll initiative.
This is for new initiative, yeah?
Yeah. Alrighty. Nilrum and Captain Winters are first. Sail, were you doing? Oh, you are rolling hesitation.
Yeah.
Okay.
I didn't have my thing
You
selected.
didn't have
my
your
bad.
token selected. My God.
It's a habit I need to learn.
It's fine.
8 damage from a magic missile will fly onto the sleeping guy.
He dies instantly.
Wait, he might have been worth keeping alive.
Too late. He's dead now. Captain Winter.
I've already tied one end of my rope to this ship, and then I dive into the water and grab hold of the back of this ship and start tying it to something there. If that's the
Excellent.
best way to do it. Or do I need to do it on the deck?
It's probably easier to do it from the deck, but your solution is also workable.
No, I'll dive onto the deck if that makes more sense. Sorry.
Yeah. All right. So you're getting ready to get on the ship as soon as the rest of the people in front of you make way. The first guard hops to their feet, Shield not currently equipped, despite the token showing they have one. And coming over down here, seeing Archie silhouetted against the moonlight, and a mutter comes under his breath. Oh my God, it's them! Jonathan, it's them! Oh my God! And he will make one desperate thrust in Archie's direction, trying to maybe, maybe he can get Archie. Maybe he's the lucky one. Maybe all it takes is one good blow. And he rolls a 11 to hit you, Archie.
Nope.
That does not work. No. Between your armor spell and your other defenses, you can easily bat the spear aside and take your turn. Whoosh, right hand whizzes over the guy's head.
Oh, that's more like it.
That'll crack him.
Left hand hits him square in the chest. 9 points of damage. The man falls unconscious.
Okay, it's 6 times 1.3, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's
So
actually
10 points
10?
of damage. 12, 10, 11, something like that. Yeah. Sail. Your turn.
Why is it 1.3?
Because you've been enlarged.
Yeah,
Okay.
10% per level, so he's level 3, it's 30%.
I guess my hesitation is kind of pointless now because that man both of those men immediately died. But I will, I'll basically like whisper this guy's ear, like magically, and I'll be like making him unsure as what he's supposed to do next, and lower his initiative.
What are the words that you use to make him unsure of his actions?
I'll be like, run, fight, run, jump out.
Yeah.
It'll be like all that kind of stuff.
Nice.
He goes back and forth on what to do. He sees his one friend like say, "Oh my God, it's them," and then immediately gets just like crushed into nothingness on the boat. He's gonna make himself a morale check here. Yeah. Ooh, 9 is actually, I think, a pass, but with the hesitation on him, he's clearly been affected by some sort of spell. He does get a saving throw against it, which he failed anyway. And he will think better of all this shit and back to this end of his boat and take a defensive stance and start yelling as loudly as he can. Help! Help! Shouting across the water for anyone to hear him and come save him.
I will speak up. I have movement at the end of the round, right?
Yeah, totally.
I'll cross over, and I'll speak up. If you stop screaming, we won't kill you. You have my word. If you continue, then I'll pat Archie. My big man here is going to come and tear you limb from limb.
His screams immediately stop.
Okay. I'll wait for Captain Winners, yeah.
Yeah, I
Can I get on
by the
the-
robots.
Can I stabilize the guy that Archie mauled?
Yes. You can go over and give him... You already have first aid, so you just stabilize him immediately. No check needed.
Yep.
Done.
What about the guy who got magic missile? I look at this guy's body after tying the ropes. Does he look like he's a nobility?
No, he does not look like nobility. He looks like a sailor of some kind. And he also looks like he's at... What did you roll for damage? Moon,
Yeah,
8?
8.
He looks like he's at -7. Probably -8 by now.
He's fucked up.
He's got like magic missiles in his throat.
Does he have calluses on his hands?
This man back here?
Yeah.
Yes, he does. Nice
I'm gonna
thick
kill
Kill the
calluses.
carpenter, you son of a... We could
I'm
have
gonna
used
start banging the drums, and we're gonna start moving.
Okay.
This guy's, I guess, coming with us. I mean,
Wait. I mean, I'll walk up to this guy. You, down your weapons.
He hesitates. He's not sure he trusts you enough yet. You promise?
Yeah, you can make it back to shore from here, right? You don't want to leave with us. We're friends of Nightingale's. Tell her we took the boat.
Oh, okay. Okay.
She knows. She knows. You don't need to die here. Can you swim?
Yeah, I can swim. But
Alright, then. I nod to the
against this
side of the boat.
current, I don't know. I don't know if I can make it to the mainland.
You want to come with us? If you come with us, they're going to be looking for you too. It's your chance.
He
You can get
throws
off,
himself in the
tell-
ocean.
Yeah, that's what I thought. All right, let's go. I'm the king of the world.
I'll start beating the drums and cast a fog cloud, and we're gonna go against the current. Away.
Excellent. Where's the fog cloud?
wherever I think would be the most advantageous with my
Okay.
18 int.
You fog cloud before you, and give me that. What is it called? Seamanship? Yeah,
Or
give
can
me.
I give you navigation?
It would be seamanship in order to
Seamanship.
operate the drums.
Okay, it wouldn't be boating.
No.
21.
Yeah, first time you start pounding the drums rhythmically, and very quickly the area before you fills with spectral rowers. You've got someone needs to take the rudder at the back end of the ship, but these guys will keep pace, and now it's just up to someone to steer you guys in the right direction. Who's at the helm?
I'll offer to take the rudder. Say I got the rudder if no one else does.
Oh, can I hand this off to Archie then? I have him going. I have the pace going. I think I'm
He
the
will have to
one
make his
who-
own separate check to man the drums.
Okay, I'm the one who probably needs to man the ship. I think that's on me. What is that?
I'll
proficiency
do
check?
it.
Boating?
What? I'm sorry. What?
What proficiency check would that be to man the ship?
To sail it?
Yeah.
To be the person at the helm.
Boating,
It
seamanship?
would be a seamanship check. Boating is specifically for like river and lake boats, like small things.
What about navigation?
Navigation will come into play in more like getting from one place to another and recognizing where you are. Seamanship is going to be your bread and butter sailing check for pretty much all purposes.
Can we swap the playing to either a seamanship or like a spellcraft or arcanology then? Because we're using seamanship for kind of everything then.
Yeah,
Not
seamanship
only
is the
drums.
go-to.
Okay.
I can.
To
I'll do
boating
the
ability.
I've got decent seamanship.
Okay, that's fine then. Yeah, sure.
And you can just do the drumming. And let
I'll just do the
Archie
drumming. Yeah,
Intimidate
Alright.
anyone.
So this guy's gone.
you want-
this
you
guy's
want
dead. This
seamanship
guy's
check?
dead.
yeah, it does.
Yeah.
Not yet. When
Okay.
if you get into a chase situation or a chase situation where you will need to compare your abilities, but for right now, people are rowing. You just need to direct the boat in the right direction and put
There's
the
a
island
fog
on your
cloud.
right. Fog clouds
assuming
before you. You know, it'll be like between you and the ship that you don't want to be spotted by.
Yeah.
You can douse the lantern here, and you can go.
Let's go.
And we're off.
Yeah.
Should we throw the dead bodies overboard?
Check them.
Check
There's
them first, yeah.
one dead guy and one stabilized guy.
Oh, he'll die if we take him, but it's going to be more trouble than it's worth.
Way more.
I
Yeah.
mean, I just made sure he didn't die in case we thought we would have a use for him. I like start picking him up and getting ready to throw him over. Like,
The bodies go
well,
overboard.
No, maybe we can
Do we-
find use for him.
Do we have a lot of food?
No.
Archie, it's not going to get that bad.
Making sure.
I lick my lips at Archie like, I'm gonna eat him away. I don't know.
Is the magic missile guy definitely dead? He can't be saved.
No, he was
He was at, like-
-8.
Yeah, he was at -8 and no one saved him, and you guys talked for a few minutes, so you look back at him and he's definitely dead by now.
He can go off. Let's keep the stabilized guy. Might be able to find a use for him.
I will
Alright,
say,
right.
if I had known there was a chance to save him, I would have tried.
Eh, it's very nice
We
of
row.
you. You row.
Archie is ecstatic to be on a ship on the sea, going fast. This is the happiest you guys have ever seen him.
We're going fast as well. We're zooming here.
How many rowers are on each side? Is it like filled?
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I think there are 12. Let's see if the
24, yeah.
token matches the actual statistics, though. Because my tokens and my grids don't always match up eye to eye. We have.
Bum, 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 bum.
So yeah, there are 12 oars on each side, and you can have them manned with one person, or each oar can be manned by 2 people if you wanted to be much faster, I think.
What did the specters do?
They count as one person each. I'll have to look at
there's
my
one,
stuff later.
There's one specter on each
There's
one. Okay,
one
cool.
in each of these things, and you can sort of like pass through them a little bit, but you know the oars are still physical and moving around, so you have to be careful as you walk up and down the ship.
I think
And-
once we actually start going under the power of specters, like, I think probably all of us, it's definitely John, loses his mind a little bit. Like, wow, I can't believe how fast this is working. This is something else. Good job, Miller.
I nod.
Yeah.
That's why I'll be getting the captain's quarters inside the laboratory. For all my hard work.
Yeah, in the laboratory, exactly.
I'm kind of shocked by this. I know Nilrim demonstrated it, but I'm kind of absurdly shocked that we got away with this like so easily, and that the fact that we're on a ship with ghosts, driving
It's kind of crazy, yeah.
Archie will kind of be looking at the specters a little bit and kind of critiquing their form.
Yeah, I'll try
He
to.
doesn't feel like they're doing like the best possible job.
I think it's quite funny because John tries to think of like everyone he meets, he thinks, like how could this person be useful? And usually when he finds someone who's dumb but strong, it's like, well, he'd be a good rower. But now we don't need
Kind
rowers
of fucks it
anymore.
up, yeah.
So now I need to think of a new use for dumb but strong people. Not that Archie has another use because he can fight, Well, most
Archie's
of
a
them can't.
fucking murderer.
Yeah.
He's a maniac. Do these shades have like faces? Like, can I tell them apart? Or
No.
Nope. Okay.
No way. And just sort of like, you ever have a dream and you try and look
Yeah.
at people in the dream and there's sort of like a shapeless, faceless person? It's like that.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. You sail against the current, the wind blowing in your face, spray coming up over the bow, landing on you guys as you paddle through the night.
I was on a ship when I was young. Do I feel like this is like one of the fastest like crews I've ever seen, or?
It is. It's not the fastest you've ever been because you're still presently going against the tide and against the wind. So you're going a little bit slow. But it does have a hell of a lot of spray coming off the bow in your face because you're actually actively going against the winds and the tides.
And it's remarkably like consistent.
Nice even speed, nice pacing. None of the rowers ever skip a beat. They never tire. You just keep going. And you will row through the night. You will row until dawn breaks and the sun begins to rise in the sky.
Do we
By the-
ever see the other ship giving
No.
chase at all? Or?
Nope. There's a fog cloud between you guys, and then by the time movement happens on that ship, you're already pretty far away, and it's hard to tell if it's the lantern moving or if it's the ship moving, and then the light goes out, and then it appears again, and then there's too much spray in the way, and then it's just gone. It's just gone.
Oh, we did it.
But
We did it.
dawn eventually
Good job,
comes.
guys.
Are there any
then-
supplies on this boat?
There are. There's food, there's water, there are a couple of lanterns, there's some oil, there's some rope, a couple other small supplies, there's oars, there's a few backup oars.
Oh wait.
There's a small
Is there,
barrel
like,
of
a bottle
brandy.
of wine?
Yep.
Yeah, I'm gonna immediately crack open a brandy and then start like
Nice.
singing my own made-up sea shanty that like has no rhyming or rhythm.
No, perfect. I'll join in with the brandy.
I'll join in as well.
I just realized, did we leave the chest with all the silver in the lab? I've got 1,000 silver on my character sheets, but
I
we
have
can
roughly
say-
stopped singing.
We can either say that we brought it or we left it. I think
maybe it
probably
makes
left
it.
it.
As long
I-
as
I know
everyone's
we-
got some silver on them, I think it's okay.
I know it's in the lab, but I
Yeah.
have some money
Yeah.
on me.
I have 189 silver and 3 gold on me.
I've got
I think I
1,000
was still
silver.
carrying 1,000. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
So
do you
then
guys
we're
want to have left it, or do you want to bring it?
No, I think it makes sense to leave it, right?
Okay, cool.
There was 4 of us in the rowboat, taking a big chest full of silver probably would have been hard to get on the ship and etc.
We left our hoard in our home base, I guess.
Yeah.
And we kept the silver we had on us with us.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Cool. Where are we running
Excellent.
to?
I don't know,
That-
the next island, I suppose. Or maybe the one after the next island, since that's where they got the reinforcements from.
Do you have a way to get there, Captain?
We keep going, right? We go against the tide until we find an island. No?
I nod at the simplicity of it, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess that'll be work.
Well,
You're the navigator here, Nora.
the sun comes up, and in the distance, you see mountains. You can make a beeline for them because you know where there's mountains, there's land.
We
And
want the next one.
Yeah,
You don't
want
wanna go to this-
Island.
oh, okay.
No, yeah, we're skipping this one.
Well, just because that's where the White Prince went to get his men, right? Although maybe that means there's no soldiers there, actually, now that I think about it.
Didn't all the
Would they
reinforcements just
recognize
leave
the
this
boat?
island?
Yeah, so actually, maybe this is the safest place to go.
Is this
But it's
boat
also the
very
first place they're going to
distinguishable?
come and look for us.
How would they know which direction you went?
Yeah, they weren't, and they weren't even
How do
know
they-
were left necessarily.
How do they even know it was
Yeah,
you
fuck
guys that
it.
took the ship? Maybe that guy doesn't make it back to port and the ship just vanishes in the night.
Hey, that guy's not telling the White Prince. He's meant to be telling Nightingale.
Yeah, but why would
Yeah.
he do that? Is it a Nightingale man?
I assume so. He was on her ship. I hope so.
A lot of ifs in this one. I don't know.
Yeah, that was why I was pretty astonished that you told him that. I was
Yeah,
like,
you know, I'm holding on to hope. I think he'll tell
sure,
Nightingale.
fuck it.
Sure.
You're a loose cannon.
You're not the 18 character, Johns.
We're not gonna be able
It's
to.
true.
This isn't something you can just like hide. If we show up with a bunch of specters on the ship, in Lady Nightingale's ship, the ship that literally just came here and pulled a bunch of men, it's gonna look omega sus. I think we should probably go to the next island. We can come back here later.
All right. I'm imagining that Neal's got like pages and pages of planning of stuff to do on this next island, and we're like, nah, fuck it, we'll go to the next one.
Well, you can just swap around the islands. You know, fuck it.
Do we perhaps see a cove we could hide our ship in as we're coming into this island?
Yeah, is there out, Koibu? Is there a
So
cove here?
the island that you see clearly has like a three-way mountain range that splits it into almost like a Y-shaped island. And as you are coming up on the island, you can see along the major axis that you're coming across, there's a little town at the far end. If you go the other way along the other axis, you don't see any settlements or civilizations, but there's plenty of beach. So you could go and park the boat, dock the boat, park the boat somewhere away from the town where the town would not have line of sight because you'd be on the other side of a mountain range.
Nothing to do there, though, is there? We might as well stay in the lab if we're going to do that. We want adventure.
What treasure?
Yeah.
Yeah, what
Where's
do
that
you
shit
want?
at? Yeah.
What do you
Maybe we
Well,
can be audacious and just roll up with the town like we own the place.
Yeah, I guess
Ultimately, we're just
we'll have the
trying to
conversation.
escape.
What are we doing?
We're just trying to escape the White Prince, so I think that
Well, you have.
it does make sense to skip this island.
Yeah, we'll
Well,
skip
yeah.
this island.
But you might find us here, so.
Okay.
We skipped this one.
You're gonna skip
Sorry.
this island.
Yeah, we're going to the this next one.
Excellent. I've planned islands in many directions, but not the one that you're headed towards, so we will improvise an island. Good job,
Fuck it,
party. All right, you can sail past this one. It takes you will end up passing it somewhere in the morning, late morning, not quite noon yet, as you will row past the town known as Oak Town. There's little
So
ships in the
took us-
harbor.
It only took us that night to get from one island to the next, yeah?
Going at full speed without your rowers ever needing to stop, you can do basically 11 hours from island to island. There's some variation in there. Some might only be 10, some might be 12, but roughly, 11 hours against the current to get from one island to the next.
And you're cool if everybody switches off during their watch to
Doing rowing?
do the rowing. Yeah.
Yeah, you all have
It'll
seamanship.
take them a little bit to get their seamanship shit, but yeah.
You might delay the time by like 10 or 15 minutes. Whoop-de-doo.
Okay.
It's
Okay,
fine.
cool.
So you skip the first island, and you row upwind and up the distance, and eventually night comes, and you keep rowing through the night, and you keep rowing through the night, and dawn breaks, and as the sun rises, and you look out over the water, you can see some mountains in the distance, but you're not really sure where you are right now. There's still that sort of Y-shaped mountain range from the last island that you skipped that's way behind you now. It's like a day behind you. You can barely see its peaks on the horizon. You can't see the peaks of the Port Ferris Island at all, and you can't really see anything else. You're just out in the vast open sea with just like a tiny little mountain range in the distance.
Maybe we should go back and find a map.
I grew up here, so I would know, like, I have a pretty good picture in my mind of probably how all of the islands look. Can I do maybe like a navigation check or something to be like, hey, I think like the island's probably over
Absolutely.
here.
This is what
Okay.
your navigation check is all about. Give it to
Nice
us.
luck, Nora.
Yeah.
Don't roll a 1. Oh, nice.
That's a very good check here. Indeed, you guys just through the night have overshot your angle. The tides come at like a weird turning bit, and they shift slightly, and you must have, instead of passing on the inside of all of these islands where the ports are, you must have kind of like tangented out a little bit, and you're now outside of the outer ring, even further away from everything else. So you need to like come back at a different angle and head in. So quick realignment of everything, and you head back into the rings. Let's see where we're gonna end up now. So this was 1, 2, 3. All right, you make your way south. And by nightfall, you can see more mountains on the horizon. You can see an island on the horizon covered in jungle. And you approach.
That's what we want.
Yeah, okay.
Now, at this distance, you can tell that you're going to be reaching the island somewhere in the early morning before you have enough light to see by, which means you're going to be in a position where you might run aground on something. So you're going to have to like...
We stop, yeah.
We'll slow it down then, yeah.
Yeah,
Sure.
you can slow down. You can wait for the sun to rise.
If we just slow the drumming, can we slow the ship? Yeah.
Yes.
Nice.
Just making some notes here.
Well, we're on time for a break if you want to do a quick 5-minute improv of a whole island.
Oh, I've already got it ready. I'm a professional, Nick.
Yeah.
You guys
Great.
wait till morning. You approach the island. You can see there's rocks all over the what do you call it? The coastline. Big rocks sticking out of the water. Small little rocks that you can barely notice from time to time. Huge jungle covering the whole island. You don't see a port from this angle, but you're also on the outside of the ring now, not on the inside of the ring. So if there's a port town, it's probably on the other side of the island.
Yeah, can we row over?
Yeah, you can row over.
We need to get to town.
Yeah, we're gonna
Sure.
row over to the port. We'll
Yep.
look for a port.
And we take a wide berth so as not to risk any rocks if we can. Whether the water's a bit deeper.
You take your time.
We're gonna take a berth, looking like we're actually coming from like the island above this. I might know the name because I'm from the Dartons.
That's good. Yeah.
Yeah.
There are 77 islands in the Dardanelles, and if you
Yeah,
were just a
it's-
child, it's one of those fucking outer
I'm
ones.
a-
I can
however,
barely
I
remember
am-
all 50 states, let
I'm
alone
I'm the
72
most brilliant
islands.
child ever, Koibu.
DC 30.
I have an
inch, yeah.
18 int.
DC 30. Go on, Neil. That's fair.
Give it.
All right, give
Just
me
a
give me a DC 28 check.
Okay, that's fair.
Int check.
I feel like it should be for every US 8 Mutant can name, he
Yeah,
gets
I
one
know.
island name.
Oh wow.
You know, these
I have no
outer
idea.
ring islands,
Shitholes.
some of them aren't even inhabited. Some of them are abandoned. Some of them have been completely destroyed. Some are impossible to live on. They don't even all have names. Some of them are split into like little island groups. It's just too much. No one gives a fuck about these outer ring places. Anyway, you spend the day getting closer to this island, sailing around it, looking for a port town, and eventually you find one, but it's a little sketch. There's like
All
a
right, we're a little
stone
sketch.
pier on the island, and there's some buildings near the pier, but they look dilapidated. They look overgrown. There's like vines crawling all over them. Some of them look like they've fallen down. One of them even looks like there's a tree growing out of the chimney. It
That's good
doesn't
for us.
look like
This
there's
is fun,
anyone
man.
living here.
Might be some treasure though.
That's right.
Okay.
Yeah, this is the good shit. Let's go. Let's go.
Let's go. Yeah.
All right. You can make
Feet
your
of small
way
lizards.
towards that stone pier. As you approach, you'll notice that there are masts sticking up out of the water a little bit here and there. Little pokies. And as you get really close, you can see that there are many ships sunken in the harbor, just resting on
I
the
really don't like
seafloor.
this island, guys. I'd like
Wait.
to go to a new island.
Look at the ships. They look like they're all of the same age. Like they were all sunk in one act. Or does it look like many ships sunk across a long period of time?
You get the impression that it's probably all the ships sunk at one time. Otherwise, you'd want to clear out the harbor. It's a danger to other passing ships to have ships sunken in the harbor. So,
Well, yeah, I know, but I'm thinking like, is there something on the island that's sinking every ship that docks here, or did something happen and all the ships in the dock got sunk?
it looks more like there are even ships like sunken right next to the dock. So those all must have sunk at the exact same time.
Cool.
Yeah.
That's good. That's fine. That's
That's
better.
good for us. Because there's
that's
buried
okay.
treasure down there.
Yeah.
That's true as well.
True.
Yeah. Well, you can pull up to the large stone dock, lash your ship to it, hop out, and stretch your legs, because you've been at sea for 2 full days with the rocking and the back and forth, eating whatever rations were available on the boat, probably just kind of salt tack and whiskey, and no, we said bourbon, and some fresh water. And here you go. Pulling up onto the island, onto the
How
dock.
much food and water do we have?
Oh, you've got like, let's see, there were 20 days of food for 3 people. Now there are 4 people, so we'll call it 16 days. I don't want to do the math, I'm just rounding.
We've still got 2 weeks left.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can I get full rest on the boat to change my spell?
Give me a constitution check.
God damn it. you
Oh,
should-
it's just like to see if I can like.
If you
keep
can
us
get good enough
fed with
sleep.
water.
Yeah, if you can like, you know, curl up in a spot where you're not getting too wet. Yeah, you found a good
You want
spot.
one con check, or like we were on here for a few days? I also want to memorize
Every
the
night that
spells,
you want to get spells, I would ask just
Okay,
for
I
a
just
con
wanna-
check.
Okay.
There you go.
Yeah, I would this is just for making water basically.
Mm-hmm.
Good job,
Perfect.
You both got good cons. Oh, you can make water. Yeah, that's awesome. All right.
Excellent. You guys can pull up
should
to
be
the
good
stone pier, lash the boat up, crawl up onto the pier. You can see that there are some ladders still intact. This place is old and ruined, but it's not so old and ruined that everything has fallen away. So the ladders and some of the ropes are still around. You look on the harbor here, and you can see that there are even like coils of rope still left. Some of them knocked away and like dangling, but still attached because, you know, they were coiled around something. The whole area is sort of quiet except for all the squawkings of the birds coming from the jungle. The little village. Go ahead.
As I leap from our ship onto the stone pier, I take a big sigh. Thank the gods we're off that godforsaken island. We've left those white prince idiots in the dust. And now look at us, we've got our own home here. We can spend a few days chilling out, look for some lost treasure, relax a little bit without having to be chased every 5 minutes.
How's it feel to officially be a captain?
Things are looking up, Nelrum. Things are looking up indeed.
Things
And
are looking good.
These drums, wow, that's something else, you know?
How big are the
If,
drums? Sorry.
It's like a really
Like a big whiskey drum.
Is it
thing?
like a snare? Okay.
It's drummy
drum
shaped.
sized.
It's like drum
Okay.
sized, yeah. You know.
I'm just like worried. Like, is this gonna be like something hard to carry around? Because we have to carry around
Yes,
this magical
it's
item.
awkward to carry around.
Okay.
You would have to like wrap it under one arm. It probably weighs like 10 pounds, but encumbrance-wise, it's probably worth like 30 pounds of encumbrance just because it's like an awkward, hollow shape. It's what is this? This is maybe 3 feet tall, foot wide at the top. Yeah.
We shouldn't leave this on the ship.
No, we shouldn't. I understand magic. I'm a very magical guy.
I hope so.
I should be able to reduce this in size, and you can reduce a magic item. It's gonna be fine. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna reduce it 30%.
How long will that last?
It's gonna be not a huge amount. 5 rounds per level, so 15 minutes
15
right now.
minutes. Enough to get off the ship easy.
Enough to get it off the ship. Enough to like get us moved into town a little bit, and
Perfect.
So I think once we land. Alright, I think we should search through this town, find a house that's relatively secure. Maybe it's still got a door, or at least something that we can block. Not overrun with any monsters, somewhere we can set up base, secure the drum while we do some exploring. So like let's split up and check the buildings.
All right. And we will see you guys on the other side of our break with the party split up and checking buildings.